Back on Small Cap Power, we're pleased to be with Ross Beaty, founder and chairman of American Silver and Alterra Power. Welcome, Ross. Thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
And I want to congratulate you on the Order of Canada given to you just a few months ago.
Thank you very much.
The award shows us that mining and environmentalism can be potentially compatible.
Mining is getting better and better at dealing with environmental issues. It does have a footprint, but then most of industrial society has a pretty big footprint. The trick is to make mines as environmentally benign or environmentally acceptable as possible. Renewable energy is very economical in most places in the world today. I mean, costs have plummeted. By far the most rapidly growing form of electricity generation on the planet. Huge strides are being made all over the world in expanding renewable energy generation, and that's driving costs down so that today it's, even without subsidies, it's pretty much on a level playing field with almost every other form of electricity generation like oil and coal and gas and nuclear.
And China has shifted and has become a leader in renewable tech. What's your thought on that one?
Yeah, China really is a global leader today in renewable energy generation and clean tech generally speaking. In other words, making electricity go further, make products better. Electric car generation, China's at the forefront. They really are. They've turned almost 180 degrees from 10 years ago, where they were just terrible polluters and terrible, almost reckless economic growth, to today being real drivers of clean energy development. That's being exported globally.
Now let's move on to talk about Pan American. Let's talk about silver. I mean, with the commodity prices this year, what's your revenue been like?
Pan American's revenue is largely silver, secondarily gold, and third, copper, lead, and zinc. So, metal prices are up a little bit this year, so we're doing pretty well. And silver demand is going up, so it's a good place to be in today.
Great. And you made 2 acquisitions this year with Pan Am, so can we review those?
They were just a couple of small deposits we bought in Argentina. Really, our production's going up because of internal growth. We've got 2 big expansion projects we just finished in Mexico, and that's going to cause production to continue to go up for the really foreseeable future.
Now, Pan American, you're reducing costs every year. How are you doing this?
Yeah, well, that's the other side. It's not just the revenues going up, but our costs are coming down, and that's a really nice delta to have. And costs are coming down for a bunch of reasons. We're more productive at our mines. We've spent 5 years making costs go down at some of our mines in Peru, for example. We have the benefit of a declining foreign currency relative to the US dollar, which helps our costs. Some of our supply components, such as oil, has gone down, obviously, although we don't use too much oil in our business. So generally speaking, lower costs have been driven mostly by productivity gains.
Now with Alterra Power, where's your growth point here? Is it what aspect of the business?
We have construction projects in progress that will produce about 1,100 megawatts, hydro, wind, solar, and geothermal. By far the biggest growth, though, going forward is going to be wind in the U.S.
Why so?
Huge growth pipeline, taking advantage of some subsidies that were put in place years ago by the U.S. government, and they're being phased out. But in the meantime, we're taking advantage of those by building up wind. There's a massive move away from coal in the U.S. as well, and getting rid of coal will allow new entrants like renewable energy, for example. In real scale, there's a huge amount of power, finance available in the U.S., great projects. Most states want renewable energy to increase as opposed to decrease, and it's just getting cheaper and cheaper.
Now, I think I asked you this last time in London, but let's talk about it again. Are there any leaders in the mining industry that's taking environmentalism as a focus for themselves?
Yeah, I would say all mining companies. I mean, especially the big ones, they're all run by people who understand the need to become more environmentally focused, and quite frankly, more community focused and more employee health focused. It's just how things are done today. It's not like it was 30, 40, 50 years ago. We have to look after our environment because it actually makes mining cheaper. It makes reclamation costs better, it makes less environmental protest and better government support. It's just the right thing to do. So the CEOs of every big mining company understand this, and they want to green up their operations as much as they can, and quite frankly, lower their costs. It's all about making money.
Great. Well, Ross, thank you so much for your insight today.
You're very welcome.